Hello, I am Kalerasi. Today's topic is about manifestation. Are we really living by fate, or are we silently shaping our lives every single day? Many people believe manifestation is something mystical or magical. But manifestation is not about miracles falling from the sky. It is about the alignment between our thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and actions. Manifestation is the process of turning an internal desire into external reality by consistently thinking, feeling, and acting in alignment with that desire. When your mind repeatedly focuses on something and your behavior supports it, your life slowly begins to move in that direction. For example, imagine you decide to buy a specific model of car. Before making that decision, you rarely notice that car on the road. But once you decide, you suddenly start seeing it everywhere. The car did not increase in number overnight. What changed was your brain's focus. Your mind began filtering reality differently. This is a simple demonstration of how attention shapes experience. Here is the surprising truth. You do not attract what you occasionally wish for. You attract what you consistently think about and emotionally believe. So the real question is, who is controlling your thoughts? Is it your fear, your past failures, society's opinions, or are you consciously choosing them? If you are not directing your thoughts intentionally, your past conditioning will direct them for you. And if your thoughts are on autopilot, your life will also move on autopilot. Manifestation begins when you become aware of your thinking patterns and start choosing them deliberately. Now comes the important question. Is there scientific proof for this? Yes, and the scientific foundation behind manifestation is called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. In simple words, your brain changes according to what you repeatedly think and repeatedly do. Imagine a small path in a forest. If one man walks on it once, the grass remains almost untouched. But if hundreds of people walk on that same path every day, a clear road begins to form. Your brain works in exactly the same way. Repeated thoughts strengthen specific neural pathways. Repeated actions make those pathways even stronger. When you repeatedly think empowering thoughts such as I am capable, I can grow, or I will build my own house, your brain strengthens those belief circuits. On the other hand, if you constantly repeat, I am unlucky or I can never succeed, those pathways become dominant. The brain does not judge whether a thought is positive or negative. It simply strengthens what is repeated. When new empowering neural pathways are created, your perception changes. You begin to notice opportunities that you previously ignored. Your confidence slowly increases. Your decision making improves. Your behavior becomes more disciplined and intentional. Over time, these behavioral changes produce different results. This is how inner rewiring leads to outer transformation. Let me explain this with a story. Ravi is an ordinary salaried employee from a middle class background. He earns a decent income, but nothing extraordinary. Deep inside, he has a dream of owning a spacious, beautiful house. Whenever he shares this dream, people laugh at him and remind him of his limitations. For some time, he also begins to doubt himself. But one day, Ravi decides to take his dream seriously. He does not just casually say, I want a house. He sits down and clearly imagines it. He visualizes the design, the sunlight entering the living room, the balcony where he can sit in the evenings, and the feeling of peace inside that home. He allows himself to emotionally connect with that vision. However, Ravi understands that thinking alone is not enough, so he begins to align his actions with his goal. He starts learning about financial planning and investments. He reduces unnecessary expenses and creates a disciplined saving plan. He upgrades his skills to qualify for promotions. He looks for better job opportunities. Whenever self-doubt arises, he consciously replaces it with constructive thinking instead of giving up. There are moments of failure. There are times when his savings get disturbed due to emergencies. But instead of interpreting setbacks as proof of impossibility, he sees them as temporary obstacles. His repeated focus on the goal changes the way he behaves daily. Over several years, his mindset becomes stronger, his income improves, and his financial decisions become smarter. Eventually, Ravi buys the house he once only imagined. Manifestation did not magically drop the house into his life. It transformed his identity. It reshaped his habits. It rewired his brain. It built the version of Ravi who was capable of building that house. This is manifestation in action. However, there are certain habits that block manifestation. Negative self-talk is one of the biggest obstacles. When you constantly criticize yourself, your brain strengthens pathways of self-doubt instead of confidence. Inconsistency also blocks manifestation. New neural pathways require repetition. If you think positively one day and give up the next day, the brain cannot build strong circuits. A victim mindset prevents growth because it shifts responsibility outward. When you repeatedly believe that life is unfair and nothing is in your control, you stop taking meaningful action. Fear of failure paralyzes progress. When fear dominates your thoughts, you avoid the very actions that could change your situation. Impatience is another obstacle. Neuroplastic changes take time. When people expect immediate results, they often quit before transformation happens. Finally, a negative environment can strongly influence your thinking patterns. The people you surround yourself with and the content you consume either strengthen empowering beliefs or reinforce limitations. Manifestation is not about sitting quietly and wishing. It is about consciously choosing thoughts, strengthening helpful neural pathways, and aligning actions with your goals. It is a process of mental discipline combined with consistent effort. You are not waiting for destiny to change. You are gradually designing it through your daily thinking and behavior. As the proverb says, we become what we repeatedly think. So the real power of manifestation is not in magic, it is in mastering your mind. Thank you.